go, go! Yeah. Break it down. Cuz. It's the. Yeah. Woo. Welcome everybody. It is your boy JayDubbs here with Digital Dive In, doing a little bit of a late review of the game Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. And honestly, this game makes me smile. I mean, this game is whopping with 80s nostalgia, from like the beautiful opening cutscene to, I mean, just take a minute to look at the cutscene. It's gorgeous. Like, this opening cutscene is gorgeous. I honestly wish that they would bring back the 80s show with this animation. I think it would actually be fire. And then you go into the main menu, and the aesthetics of the menus and the UI in general just brings such beautiful nostalgia. And then you have the godlike pixels, the bright, vibrant color palette that gives that, Saturday morning cartoon vibe. Everything breathes personality and nostalgia, from the world map to the hub menus to the music. It honestly feels like what 80s Turtles would be like in the present. Levels feel unique and handcrafted, some with interactive backgrounds like monkeys throwing stones or poo. I mean, hopefully it's not poo, but like and that might hit you or the enemies, the Foot Clan. And honestly, the Foot Clan personalities throughout the levels and the goofiness, it really just channels the show and the vibe that it's really going for. Foot Clans being on the cooking show, stealing tires from the Turtlemobile in the opening sequences. Also, eating popsicles, just standing around eating popsicles, and literally sleeping and falling off the bench once you get on the scene. It all just feels so good and goofy and funny. You just laugh, you smile, you reminisce. It's just amazing, And then the game just feels like the perfect length. It clocks in about 16 levels, not including the bonus levels, and it all feels varied. The story progression does not drag, and environments are kept interesting. The classic bosses aren't overly harsh, and they aren't punishing for no reason. You can play to have fun by yourself, with friends, with randoms, and I think it's fun especially with randoms, and it's more fun and challenging and satisfying to find a flow and a synergy with people you've never met before, and you don't even have to use words to do it. Here's some of the gameplay of me online, and it just feels like there are a bunch of us that are just kids again, playing video games, watching cartoons on Saturday morning, even though we aren't even near to each other and we're strangers. It still feels magical. Each player has a particular playstyle, taunts, spoken lines, run, walk animations that feel true to the lore and the character and the show itself. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get into the gameplay, right? In the game mechanics, you have features such as dodge and even anti-air attacks and different directional grabs and upgrade system, and it all adds satisfying depth and honestly grind to the gameplay. There are some things that you really can't unlock until you level up that particular character after playing with it for a certain amount of time. And I mean, I do want to talk about the taunts, because it's funny, because in this game, and I'm sure it's in other games as well, the taunts are meaningful. The taunts actually grant you a special bar. So when you do your taunt and you do it successfully without being interrupted, it gives you a special bar to use your specials. And I think that's really cool, because it makes the game even more you feel more in tune with the game. You feel more in tune with the culture that it's taking from, because my favorite character is Mikey, and some of my gameplay you'll see I'm playing as Mikey, and I'll sit there and I will beat everybody up, and then I will taunt, and he does like a little dance, cool swaggy dance move, and I'm like, yo, that is so Mikey, and that's also just so with the culture of his portrayal in the Turtles, and it's also just looks really cool. You know, it's like party dude, and I'm like, yo, that is so fucking cool. That's part of my French, but that is so cool. Like, I love that. Like, and it helps give you more specials, and then you can be more fluid in your combat. Speaking of combat is so fluid. Going between air combos, ground combos, super moves, it all just feels like one riding train. It's just like you boom boom boom, and then you can actually, like, from your typical square combo, you can chain it into a anti-air move, you can chain it into a ground move, you can chain it into a grab, and it all just feels so fluid, and it all just goes right back into each other. It's a really nice cycle. The opening sequences, you know, like, getting back to that, opening sequences are always funny, always fun. It's just really amazing, and honestly, it all just connects. And speaking of music, the music stands out phenomenally, especially the rap tracks. I mean, honestly, it would have been nice if they would have added the Go Ninja Go song from the second movie, which I put in the video in the beginning as the opening, and that would have been so cool. But, like, understand there's probably licensing things that are going on with it, so they probably couldn't do that. And I know it's a stretch, but the rap tracks that are in this game make me feel like people that, like, are into, like, rap, people that are into video games, people that are Turtle fans, people that are retro nostalgia fans will be delighted to get this delightful gem of the music. But the song and the atmosphere that they put around the whole boss battle is just really amazing. And it's even great because you have members of the Wu-Tang Clan that specifically made a track for this game, and that in itself is just amazing. You know, and when you're going through the game, and you know, you're listening to the lines and things that are spoken, they got the original cast to come back for this game from the 80s TV show, from the 80s cartoon, and it just makes this game feel right at home.
Version, I have a surprise for you.
It feels like it was a 100% love letter, and it's literally like traveling back 30 years and still feeling good as new. It is beautiful, with everybody's classic villain animations, the dialogue, the moveset. I felt so immersed in every moment leading up to the boss battle. It was so immersive. It's like I didn't even need a first person mode. I didn't need a third person mode. Even with 2D scrolling, it just felt so immersive. You know, honestly, wherever TMNT is going, the video game future looks bright if they stick to this love letter formula that they established here in this game. And I'm really honestly excited to see where it goes in the future. And honestly, this is going to be a day one rating in my book. If you're a fan of side scrollers, if you're a fan of TMNT, if you're a fan of retro games in general, it all hits, and it even has room to invite new people as well because of the fact that they've had a lot of quality of life changes that they've added to the game that weren't in the other TMNT games from old days. And it just brings an environment that allows for everybody to come play some games, have fun with some friends, and make some more childhood memories as adults. And that's something that I really love, I really appreciate, and I'm really excited to see where TMNT games go in the future. Plus, it's a good price to boot. It's not even full price. It's and I would pay, but I would definitely pay $6 for this because there's been such love and such a craft put into this game that I would want to give the developers their roses. I would want to give them their props and give them what they honestly deserve for this project. And to be honest, I do want to end this video on a super positive note with a clip from an interview with one of the developers of TMNT and an IGN segment called Art of the Level. You should go watch the full thing. It is very interesting. I do want to show this just to show that when it comes from the horse's mouth of why a leveler like this deserves its praise, respect, and why I would feel comfortable dropping money on a game like this versus maybe something a little more hyper realistic.
I feel like there's a misunderstanding about the pixel art style. For us, using that type of art is not a fad or a way to cash in or create nostalgia. And I feel like in this era of massive realistic graphics, people will think that it's easy to do 2D art and pixel art, but it's extremely time consuming. I feel like one playable characters for TMNT takes a couple of months to be constructed. They all have different run cycles, different attacks, different moves, different taunts, cheerful animations at the end of the level. So it's traditional animation in a sense, and it's a lot of work. So it's fun to see people being really excited about the game, and people ask us like, oh, can you have this new character playable, add this character playable, had the punk frogs as 4 playable characters, and it's like, we'd love to, but this will take months and months and months because we want it to be almost bespoke in a way that they're not mailed in, that they're lovingly made and filled with character.
And yeah, I believe everything that he said, and it really does make sense with all the individual animations for a character, and of course anything that's more individualized, something is going to take more time in order to be completed. And I just love that the care and the passion and the love that was taken to create this project, and it really shows through. So honestly, it's a day one in my book. This has been JayDubbs here with Digital Dive In, and go check this game out, man. What are you waiting for? And I've already seen plenty of people, this is a late review, I've already seen plenty of people review this game positively. This is just going to be another notch on their belt, and if anybody happens to see it, I know we're not the biggest channel, but if anybody happens to see it, it'll help push the envelope, and you can know that this ain't sponsored. This is just me talking about the experience that I had with this game, and it was really amazing, So thank you once again. If you did check out this video, thank you. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. If not, I understand, but let us know in the comments what you think about the game. If you like it, if you hate it, if it's not really your thing, I completely understand, but I definitely think it's worth something checking out. This has been JayDubbs. Peace out. Keep chasing your dreams, y'all.